Coco Gauff reveals all after Aryna's shocking racist outburst. I deserve fairness. The world of tennis, graceful, competitive, and often touted as the epitome of sportsmanship, has once again found itself at the center of controversy. But this time, it isn't about rankings, rivalries, or trophies. It's about something far deeper, something that transcends the lines of court, respect, equality, and fairness. At the heart of the storm stands Coco Gauff, the young American tennis sensation who has become not only a champion of the sport, but a symbol of integrity, grace, and strength. And on the other side of this tempest lies Aryna Sabalenka, a powerhouse known for a fiery demeanor and unrelenting drive, now accused of crossing a line that has left the tennis world stunned. The confrontation that followed would shake the foundation of the WTA circuit and ignite conversations around racism, fairness, and the pressures faced by athletes in today's volatile climate. A shocking outburst that stunned the arena. It all unfolded during what was supposed to be another thrilling chapter in their growing rivalry, a semi-final match that promised fireworks between two of the game's fiercest competitors. The air inside the Wuhan Open Arena was thick with anticipation. Every serve, every rally, every fist pump drew thunderous applause. But as the tension mounted, frustration began to seep through Sabalenka's body language. A few questionable line calls, a few crowd distractions, and then a missed backhand that sent the ball straight into the net. That's when it happened. Cameras caught Aryna muttering under her breath, words that many dismissed at first as harmless frustration. But as the audio spread on social media, slow-motion replays revealed something far more sinister, a racially insensitive remark directed toward Gauff. The tennis world froze. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag Stand With Coco and hashtag Racism in Tennis began trending worldwide. Fans, players, and commentators flooded X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram with outrage. Some demanded immediate action. Others called for calm until context was provided. But the damage had been done. The image of Aryna Sabalenka's furious expression juxtaposed with Coco's composed yet visibly hurt reaction became the moment that defined the night. Coco Gauff breaks her silence. For 24 hours, Coco said nothing. No social media post. No statement. No interview. She did what she always does. She carried herself with quiet dignity. But when she finally spoke, the world listened. Standing before a sea of reporters at a packed press conference, Coco's voice trembled slightly, not with fear, but with emotion. "I'm not here to start a war," she began softly. "I'm here to ask for fairness. I've worked too hard to let my identity be reduced to a word or a stereotype. I deserve the same respect any athlete does, nothing more, nothing less." Her words were met with silence, followed by a round of applause that rippled through the room. "Tennis has given me everything I ever dreamed of," she continued. "But moments like this remind me that there's still work to be done. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed, because I believe we were past this." Coco didn't mention Sabalenka by name, but everyone knew whom she was referring to. Her tone wasn't accusatory. It was heartbreakingly sincere. The aftermath, a sport divided. The fallout was immediate. The WTA issued a brief statement acknowledging the incident under review. Aryna Sabalenka's camp initially declined to comment, though insiders reported heated discussions behind closed doors. Sponsors began calling for accountability. Broadcasters replayed the footage endlessly, debating whether the comment was misheard or misinterpreted. But the court of public opinion had already spoken. Sports legends weighed in. Serena Williams, Billie Jean King, and Naomi Osaka all voiced support for Coco. Even Rafael Nadal shared a message on Instagram. Respect must always come before rivalry. Coco has carried herself like a champion in every sense. Meanwhile, former players from Eastern Europe came forward defending Sabalenka, suggesting cultural miscommunication or emotional stress might have caused the outburst. But others called this defense hollow. It wasn't just about one player's comment anymore. It had become a global debate about how racism, even subtle or unintentional, still lurked beneath the polished surface of professional sports. A private pain, a public responsibility. Behind the calm exterior, those close to Coco say the incident left her deeply shaken. Her coach, Diego Moyano, revealed in an interview, "Coco cried after that match. Not because she lost, but because she felt unseen. It's hard for a young woman of color to keep giving her best when her character gets questioned for things that have nothing to do with tennis. Her parents, Candy and Coco Gauff, stood firmly by her side. Her mother reportedly told her, "Grace isn't weakness. It's power under control." That became Coco's mantra in the days that followed. She returned to practice the next morning, refusing to let the controversy derail her focus. The image of her walking into the training court, headphones on, eyes forward, went viral, symbolizing resilience. Sabalenka's response, too little too late? 3 days later, Aryna Sabalenka finally broke her silence through an Instagram post. Emotions run high in matches. From pain to purpose, the Gauff legacy. In the weeks that followed, Coco began using her platform more boldly than ever. She teamed up with organizations that promote racial equality in sports and education. She visited schools, gave speeches, and started a campaign called Serve Fair, a youth initiative promoting fairness and respecting competitive environments. Her message was simple. Fairness is the foundation of greatness. Without it, no game, no matter how beautiful, can truly be called sport. The campaign spread globally, supported by athletes from football, basketball, and athletics. Even the WTA pledged to expand cultural sensitivity training for players and officials, a direct result of the movement Coco had sparked. A redefinition of strength. By the time the tennis world moved to the next Grand Slam, the narrative had shifted. Coco wasn't just seen as the next American superstar. She was now the voice of a generation demanding empathy and accountability. When asked in an interview how she managed to stay so composed through everything, Coco smiled softly and said, "My parents taught me that silence could be louder than shouting. I chose to speak when it mattered most." She paused, then added, "I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting for every little girl who loves the sport and deserves to feel like she belongs." Epilogue, beyond the baseline. Months later, as Coco lifted another trophy, this time the Miami Open, the crowd erupted in joy. Yet even amid her triumph, she remained grounded. During her victory speech, she looked into the camera and said, "Winning is great, but standing for something bigger than yourself, that's what lasts." The audience rose to their feet. Even Aryna Sabalenka, watching from the stands, applauded, a subtle gesture of respect, perhaps even redemption. The world saw it. The world felt it. Because in the end, Coco Gauff didn't just win matches. She changed the conversation. She reminded the world that fairness isn't a favor. It's a right. And that true champions don't just lift trophies. They lift hearts. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.